Good morning and happy Monday.
Good morning.
Let me make sure you can hear me right still, Morgan, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Cool. All right, so let me just do this real fast. Come back.
Everybody can see my COVID hair loss coming back.
Uh-uh.
It looks so bad.
The internet is so slow up here today. I'm multitasking today, so I'm not in my normal room.
Oh, what you got going on today?
Good morning, Aaron. Okay, Bosa, good morning. Hey, Stan, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope everybody is starting off with a wonderful day, a happy week, a great week. Make it count. I know I'm happy it is now springtime because, I don't wait until March 21st or 22nd. Once this time starts switching, it is now springtime for me.
Yeah, it's spring.
Yeah, I love having more daylight.
I do too.
Okay. Your kids on spring break right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Good morning, Kai. Hi, Kai.
Hey, Dondi.
Soon, March 23rd. Or Kai, are you doing Oaks? Because I don't know why Gettysburg and Oaks is the same day, but I will see y'all on March 23rd for anyone who actually will be attending the Gettysburg Pennsylvania Reptile Show. That is one of the ones that I do consistently and one that I enjoy the most because I get to hang out with Kai and the PA guys. Good morning, bro. What's up? He's in the house. I also will be effective April 20th. We'll be doing the Berryville Fredericksburg show, and I'll be doing that every month going forward. That was a show that I really wanted to get into as a consistent vendor, so I'm super excited for me. Thank you so much. So you guys know I always promote the Maryland Reptile Show, but I am in the Southern Maryland area. So anything they do in the Northern Virginia or Virginia area is normally more convenient for me. I'm closer to Fredericksburg, Virginia than I am to any parts of Upper Maryland. So I am super excited to be in that show. And it's a new show. So it's new people, a new venue, new atmosphere. We get to bring out animals to a new light. And I'm going to do that, y'all, in a whole, full, colorful, Lady Tiz Exotics way. So I hopefully will definitely put a print in that area that brings in more reptile keepers for us all. I will take my same strategy of education first and then, the sale of the animals, because I think that is in those atmospheres most important, that you want the people educated or verify that they're educated before you sell them animals so their experiences is good, right?
That's exciting.
Yeah, it's very exciting. I'm super excited about getting into that Berryville show. So it's absolutely and that's why I tell people a lot of times on TikTok, all of my animals are not on Morph Market. There are certain animals, more of my, I don't want to say quality animals, but more of my more expensive animals I prefer to sell in person. If y'all haven't noticed that, it's this makes more sense to me, and it also creates relationships that I like to have with people that I don't know. So it's different like when I'm shipping a snake to you, you know what I'm saying? But if someone's just randomly buying something on Morph Market and I don't know them, I don't get to see that animal. So typically when we do shows, we build rapport, and that allows us to continue to see the animals as well. Good morning, Tim. How are you? Going to be show Thursday on my channel. Yes. So I am super excited. First of all, I will be on there stand with one of my favorite people. Tim is one of my favorite people. Me and Tim go back to before when Tim had no followers. I remember that. And we first started talking to each other. We was probably two of the only people that I felt like at that particular time was on social media who was showing the largest snakes in not just the light of these big monsters. We were showing them as very sociable animals. And so that's how I first met Tim. He reached out to me and we just connected ever since. And so I've seen Tim's blow up from day one. Well deserved, because I said it first time I ever saw his channel, and I said it to Tim. This was like watching National Geographic. And that's what I always remember was the beginning of Tim's video. And but we've kind of like, I think, made that positive stamp in the reticulated python community. And I say it because you didn't see what you see now. So many people showing the positive sides before me and Tim was doing that on YouTube, and that's just facts. All I had was me, and all I had was him at that particular moment. There was not people showing these, and everybody wanted you to think that nobody else could keep them, right? Tim was one of the people who showed that anybody can keep them if you respect the animal. And so I really I'm looking forward to this particular show, Stan. So thank you for inviting me in suggesting Tim as well. And like I said, as soon as he said Tim, I was like, that's the person. That's the person I want to be on a panel with that day as well. So absolutely. What's been going on? So Morgan is actually on vacation in Florida right now looking for Burmese pythons, but she hasn't seen anything yet. That's the FYI. If she sees one, she will report that to y'all next Monday. But as of yet, those evasive animals in Florida has not crossed her path. And she will be going to the Everglades. It is. All right, so Mookie, can you hear me? Okay, cool. All right, so next we're going to be rolling into our topic, and this is a topic that y'all, first of all, I love TikTok. If y'all not following me on TikTok, you have to follow me on TikTok. That's my spot. And it's so many blessings who have come to me through TikTok because of the appreciation of the people. One of them, I will not share, and I haven't shared with anybody except for the suspects. That one to me is just so, I just want to keep that to myself right now. But y'all probably are seeing things that's different, that ties into a new lane that I'm in on TikTok. But one of the things that I will tell you that is the platform for me is blowing up. And there's multiple venues that's assisting me with that blow up, but I'm tying it all into the reptile community. So y'all know that one of the communities that I actually tied into was the cosmetology, the makeup very specifically community. Someone reached out to me months and months ago, and they always complimented my skin. Like, people would think that this morning I have on makeup, and like I don't have on makeup. When you see I have on makeup, you know I have on makeup, because normally I have on lashes and everything else with it. I would never just put a foundation on my face and then just come out. When I do it, I do it. So I wanted to wait until 2024, and then I made the adjustment. And in making that adjustment into that lane, it introduced me to some phenomenal people, male and female, that has embraced our community and taken it to the next level. So I am just so appreciative. I knew 2024 would bring blessings. I knew that 2024 would stir me into some new directions, because I said that's my goal. Every year should be, when I look at my goal board, something new, something should be renewed in my my life. But I'm having so much fun right now, and I'm super busy, like super busy. It's insane. Right here in the house, though. I don't have to leave out, do nothing. I'm in the house right here doing my thing, and it's just so amazing to be able to do it. So we'll be getting into our topic of the things that people say to reptile owners that you don't hear them to say to other pet owners, specifically dog and cats. But when we're on TikTok, and I know Morgan gets it too, some of these questions, all of these for me come from TikTok. I normally consolidate some of the questions that I get that are not bad questions, but they're just questions that I'm like, well, I wonder why people ask that of us and not of other people. Bolsa said, I saw a berm this morning in my front yard. Never mind, it was an invasive cat. Only the green iguana is banned for Florida. All others are off the table. Only the green iguana. So wait a minute, hold on. The Burmese band is not there anymore. Stan, clarify that for me, please. I missed that if that's so. Or you talking about that band when he was talking about just the different type of iguanas? Thank you, Bosa. So yes, that's my TikTok. If you're not following, you must follow my TikTok. There's so much fun that I have over there. And like I said, it's just so many amazing people. For me, non-problematic people that I have made associations with that definitely embraces our community, and we are now being shared in spaces that we probably wouldn't have otherwise. There are now people in my lives, and Morgan as my witness, who do makeup, who are now wanting ball pythons. Okay, like they're talking about snakes now. So, I can't. Are you talking to me, Morgan? Because we can't hear you. I thought you was talking to somebody else. There you go.
Hold up.
All right, there you go. All this time, I thought you was talking to somebody in the room. That's why
Hold
you
on, let me plug that up.
That is funny. Got you, saying. Look, saying I was ready to bring Burmese and retics to Florida. I'm so glad. Yeah, I saw that Sean Bradley posted about that. I was glad that Sean was able to represent, because what Sean represents is, as a reptile keeper, that person I'm always talking about, that person who may be disabled, but these animals are their lives. You know, like I'm so glad that, I can hear you now, that Sean went. But go ahead, baby. You was talking. I thought you was talking to somebody else in the room.
I was saying, like on Instagram, like I only see like people that I follow, so like nothing else gets like. I only see reptile accounts, people that I follow on TikTok. Like I come across a lot of other pages, and it's the same for other people. So the reach, the reach is a lot.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then yesterday, oh my goodness! So I don't know if you ever seen this, Morgan, but it was the most amazing thing to witness. So I was in a TikTok live with one of the girls. Her name is Lean. She's in Florida, who does makeup. So she had probably it was 9 of us watching the live or whatever. And she's doing her thing. She's very talented with the makeup. So, you know, they tell you to always continue to go live or whatever. So she's live. It's 9 people in there. And then all of a sudden it goes from 9 to 100 people. And then at the same time, all of these gifts start flying. Gifts you never saw before. Like gifts I've never seen on TikTok before. Okay, so I'm telling you, she got money. So we all sitting there like, what's happening? Like it was like someone hit a slot machine.
Oh my gosh!
And everything, these and at the same time, her numbers is running up in the views. She like, what the hell? What's going on? We didn't know what's going on. But anyway, there is this guy, they call the Messiah on TikTok, y'all. So if y'all ever see somebody with TM at the end of their name, they are part of this group of people who go around TikTok blessing people who don't have the followers that other have. And they just come in and they flood your TikTok. I had never seen it. And I'm telling you, it was like God raining down on her. And see, people don't know what people's struggles are, right? We know Lean's struggles, and we knew what she was going through that week. Although she presents herself as this happy-go-lucky person, that them people didn't know, and God just blessed her. I mean, it went and then they wouldn't leave until she had at least 75K likes. They would not leave. It's a group of people you don't know, and it's 100 people, and all of these 100 people are throwing you gifts. And I'm not talking about little hearts and little galaxies and stuff like that. I'm talking about stuff that you have never unlocked, the stuff that got hundreds of dollars on it and everything. Just bam, 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 bam. So I know she just was financially blessed yesterday. It was amazing, y'all. So just FYI, I had to share that. It was something that, I'm always big on God's blessings. It was literally seeing that rain of God's blessings right there in a makeup live. This girl had no idea it was going to happen or anything. Have a great day, Tim. or anything. Had no idea that was coming to her, and
Oh,
no one knew
I
what
bet
she
her
was
day.
going through. I'm like, wow. So
It's
yeah, so if you
amazing,
ever
yeah.
see TM, that stands for the Messiah, and just be nice to them people because they are definitely like amazing people. I was like, this is crazy, 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 crazy. All right, so on to our topic. One of the first ones that I have is does it bite?
But
So people always ask that when they see us with a snake, no matter small or big, does it bite? But no one ever asks that about dogs. And
right. Or are you
statistically,
afraid they're gonna bite your children?
I was getting
To
ready
get
to
it
say,
out of them.
statistically, even a tame or docile dog will bite a stranger.
Hmm. I will say, my youngest kid, he's been bitten by one of our snakes, and he's been bitten by one of our dogs. That little bitty dog bite hurt a lot worse than a snake bite. He laughed at the
Oh,
snake bite.
absolutely. Or a cat scratch. Like a cat
Hmm.
scratch aches for days.
Yes,
But no one
that
ever
has made me
asks
some
that.
sister fit.
And when people do accent of a dog, like, people respond like, it has teeth, or has, as Kevin Hart said, it doesn't bite me, like,
Hmm.
they have those responses. But with snakes, it's just always assumed, or reptiles is always
Hmm.
assumed that they're definitely going to bite.
I did an
And
event
that's not true.
Friday. I did an event Friday. I took some of the snakes to all the kids were like, "So how did you train it not to bite?" I said, "I didn't. You can't train a snake not to bite. If it's scared, that's what it's gonna do." But they were all asking the same questions, like, "Aren't you afraid it's gonna bite? What do you do if it bites? Well, what about your dog? What do you do if your dog bites you? Why would your dog bite you?"
Exactly. And the chances of that happening is greater.
Right? And
Especially
they do a
like
lot more damage.
about taking food from a animal. Your chances are better taking food from a snake, because a snake, typically, if you're going to take the food from it, the animal didn't want it in the first place. But a
Hmm.
dog, even if it doesn't eat the food, don't want you taking their food. Like, even if they're
Right.
not eating it at that moment, they are not keen on you just coming scooping it up.
It's
So
still
yeah,
their
no one
food.
ever asked that.
The
Exactly.
questions I get on TikTok are sometimes they get on my nerves. The people are just assuming that the snakes and everything are super aggressive. It's not the case. But I do like showing them off and showing them in a different light, educating.
Yeah, I think though too. I like though that people still come in who say, "Oh my God, I'm terrified of snakes," but I like watching this. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Or
Or
I wouldn't have never wanted a snake, but I want one of yours.
right. Or my favorite comment is like, "I'm terrified of snakes, but seeing you interact with them lessens my anxiety." That is my
Right.
favorite comment to get.
Well, I can relate, and that's why I tell people, like, I can relate. That's how I feel like watching people with venomous snakes. Like, I love watching other people handle them appropriately. I don't, not that crazy boy who be just irritating them, but people
Mhm.
who like appropriately, like, show them and things like that. I love watching it, but it's high anxiety, because every time the animal moves, like especially king cobras, because the way they move and the person is calm, to me it look like it's ready to strike. And so like I'm
Right,
like, oh my god,
right.
oh my god, but the person knows that, the body language meant nothing. It's just how the animal move. I'm like, I couldn't. Those movements of a king cobra would send me across the room every single time.
I couldn't do. My husband mentioned wanting a king cobra. And I was like, no. I'll do like cottonmouth, rattlesnake, all kinds of things, not a king cobra.
Well, the problem is their intelligence, I think, and their ability to
Yes.
get from one place to another really, really fast. So it's like having a retic
Hmm.
that's,
I think
highly
so.
intelligent. Like I don't. I love it. I love watching it, like you said. But I'm more like, if I was going to ever have one, it's going to be something that I'm always going to have hooks with, but it'll be something like a gaboon viper, not something that's so big that it can move with me or past me. Because King
Right.
Cobra can literally ride and be right there in your face. But that's a
Right.
great. Hey, Mike. That's a great example of one. Another one I had written down was how many times you've been bit. Like it's always assumed that you have been bit, which is like I
Right.
said, once in 35 years, and it went 33 years with ever not being bit. So if you had asked that more than 2 years ago, the answer was zero. But people
Mm,
assume that you would be,
right.
specifically by our retakes. Now,
I've met a
that's
lot of
the
people who don't have never been bitten. I was going to
yeah,
ask
but
you
that people think
something.
it's common that just because we keep them that we are bitten on a regular basis.
So, in regards to the retics, and I've gotten this question a lot, especially since I've gotten my bigger one. Um, people see her size, and they're not intimidated, but they get intimidated when they hear that she is a type of python.
Hmm.
Do you have any idea why? Like, I'll have her out. I took her somewhere, and took her to, went to the vet's office, and they're like, oh, looking at her size, and they're like, oh wow, she's big, she's really pretty. What kind of snake is he? And I
Oh
said a
wow.
reticulated python, and they're like, oh, she's a python. I'm like, and they took a step back, and I'm just like, why is it intimidating? If her size isn't intimidating, why? I don't get it.
So I think because pythons are the ones that you see in movies, and they always make them excessively big. Pythons and anacondas just
Oh my god.
naturally is the ones people you don't see movies made based on boa constrictors. So even though a
Mm.
boa is as powerful as a smaller retic or a smaller berm, people just associate pythons to the movies. So I
Oh,
think
got
that's
you.
why when they hear it, that's why they think that all pythons eat people because that's what they saw in the movies.
Elias said because of all the news from Florida, he used the same thing. Pythons are considered the bad guys. That's interesting because I have some really small pythons. Oh,
Yeah, but I just think it's just the pythons are the first snake that people are familiar with. As far
okay,
as
that makes
the,
sense.
yeah, it's like they all you hear is pythons. Then you meet a boa. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's a ball python, whether it's a reticulated python, whether it's a Burmese python, and Burmese
Mm,
pythons, honestly, that's the real big snake that people know. They don't
yeah,
know retics like that. People grew
right.
up knowing what a python was. They didn't grow up knowing what a reticulated python was.
That's
But I
true.
think it's a combination. I agree with that part that Elias said too. That's what you hear on the news. Pythons, 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 pythons in Florida are doing this, pythons are doing that. Even ball pythons in Florida, right? I
Had
even
a
had a
man.
man arguing with ball python would get 10 feet. So those are the things that. So the other day, I don't know if you were still in there, Morgan, when the girl said, I had made the comment to someone, and don't let anyone tell you whether it's a ball python or a boa that your animal doesn't have the ability to feel or think. And the girl was like, "Well, somebody on TikTok said that they're not able to." And so she was like, I was like, "Well, that person is correct. If it's able, we just told you it was if it was able to show defensiveness, it definitely is able to show fear and other emotions." And she was like, "Oh, I never thought about that." Then someone comes behind her and was like, "It's no way that they show emotions. Right now, what is that animal thinking?" And I had to tell them, right now, this particular animal wants to be attached to me. If I try to put this animal back, see what happens. And I went to put the animal back. It's the one who looked just like your baby. I went to go put her back, and she's holding on to me coming back. And I'm like, now this animal felt like it wanted to go in this enclosure. It would not be coming back to me. It was like
Right.
perfect, like the perfect indication of facts over feelings. I'm like, the snake is literally, I got the tub open, I'm putting the snake in here, and it's still coming back to me. That is a
That's
conscious
what
decision.
that's what Nikita and Antonio do. I'll get their heads down, and then as soon as they get their tails in, their heads are popping back out, and
Hey,
it's wrapped
Shrek,
around something.
Good
conscious
morning.
Good
Good morning.
morning.
decision. Good morning. Um, did you have any Morgan that you get that you thought this well you think like, well, no one asks that of a cat or a dog?
Yeah, the main one I get is like, aren't you afraid they're gonna eat your children?
Ah,
Aren't you afraid they're gonna bite? Shit like
that's
that.
a good one. The eating the children one, and this is statistically true again. Children are mauled on a daily basis by some form of dog in the country.
Hmm.
But I
Daily,
guarantee
yeah.
you, if you go right now, who was swallowed by a snake today, there's zero. What did you do?
Oh
There's
man,
zero evidence.
I pulled my leg hair. That shit hurt.
Oh my god!
Sorry.
It's like, oh,
Man, listen, I got on
Um,
some.
you need to shave. If it hurt that bad, you need to shave.
I ain't shaving nothing. It's cold. I got on some of
You
them
was
hoochie
like,
daddy
oh,
shorts.
I thought you cut yourself or something.
Nah, I got on some of them little hoochie daddy shorts, so my whole leg out.
Oh,
I'm in
I
the
can't stand
office.
them. Where's
I wear them
Sean?
around the
Sean
house.
knows
They
me.
comfortable.
I
But
can't stand it. Your
nah,
shorts should come below your knees, sir, or at your knees. They should not be up on your thigh bone. I don't care who you are. I don't care how sexy you think you are, how sexy you think you're not. Men's shorts should not be above his hip bone. It's
I'm in the
not cute.
comfort. I'm in the comfort of my own home. God damn it. Anyways,
The
this this
person through the
this
window probably
this
vomited. Like,
this
look,
paper
your
shredder
neighbor.
right here grabbed a hold of like 7 of my legs and yanked them bitches out. Man, now my leg itching. That's
Darren
something.
said people also assume that our animals free roam the house like a cat. Well, Darren,
There's
mine
another
do.
one.
Yeah,
People
some
ask
people
like,
do. So not ball pythons though, because that's one that someone did ask the other day. But my retics and my berms do, and that's based on personality. I have a couple who literally roams this entire house. They go everywhere except for the man cave. Um, but they will roam this entire house. And I intentionally let them do that. Retics is important to let them get out that energy. That's how you don't get pushing. That's how you don't get them in there destroying their enclosures unnecessarily, or them, literally there are retics who have bust out glass because they want to be on the outside of that enclosure. So I let my animals come out and roam the house where they wear themselves out, go back in, and so at night they chill. So yeah, but no, I do think that people think that are ball pythons, and that would not like Busy thinking he's a retic. So we do let Busy come out like that, but most ball pythons you're not going to see roaming the house for sure. I
right.
totally
My
agree with that.
blue-eyed cystic wants to come out all the time. Like, she just wants to roam, but she gets
I
herself into
hate her
trouble.
guys.
She gets in her, like, in the bottom part of my couch where I can't go to. She's too small. She gets into trouble.
Oh yeah, who was it? T'Challa? I think it was T'Challa. I don't know. Well, you probably wasn't following me back then. Dre probably will remember. But I literally destroyed a whole sofa, like turned it over, cut it open, and everything because T'Challa went under it and she went
Yo.
inside the sofa. And I looked at my husband. He said, "So you're going to?" And this was an expensive sofa. He said, "So you're just going to cut the sofa up?" I said, "I bet I am." Sure, sure, sure,
Oh
sure.
shit.
I had to do
Now, there
that to
you
a
go,
chair
baby.
last year.
All
I was
right, you
so
go ahead and take
mad.
that sofa and put it in the basement. It's no good up here no more. But
It's
my
cold
baby
snap.
is not going to be in there. We're not going to wait until she figure her way out. I cut that. And then my thing was, I didn't know because how the sofa was made, where the springs in the sofa, because every sofa has springs, whether you can see them or not. And I didn't know where the
Mm.
springs were. And if she constricted on one of those springs, she could have hurt herself. Girl, it wasn't even a thought. Hear me? It wasn't even a second thought. It was like, get the knife.
She said,
Flint
"Fuck
I had to
this."
slashed
do
her
that with a
furniture.
chair last year, and I was so pissed. But Lucy did end up actually wrapping around one of those springs. We had to take the springs out too.
And that's why I don't bother to put expensive furniture where the snakes are anymore. Like that was a lesson learned. Buy $1,000 sofa, put that in there. Don't put no dang on $5,000, $6,000 sofa in there because I will have to cut that thing up too if anything gets inside of it.
So Nikita did something last week. I was letting her out on the. She got on my couch and she got underneath the cushions and peed everywhere. This is a brand new couch, and so I spent a good part of like 2 hours trying to get like, pee out of the white couch.
What you shaking your head for? You not cutting your furniture tray?
Ain't no
Oh
snake
shit!
pissing
In
on
a
my
heartbeat.
couch.
You are cut. You are cut. That's what you said you wasn't.
Yeah, if I had, hell yeah, if I shit, I done took doors off hinges to get me a snake. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And one day, I think it was ENT posted his husband going into the walls, and they have a nice house, cutting a hole in the wall, and people was like, "What? Like y'all don't understand?" Like he was like, "We couldn't do this, Bubby, right here." I loved it. Dre, did you see the beginning? Well, was you listening when I was telling you about the experience that I had on TikTok yesterday on somebody's live?
About the
Have you ever seen
Messiah.
that before? That
I
was
think I think we've hit a new level where you're on TikTok more than I am, so I'll be seeing everything.
I was like, what in the world? It was incredible though. I mean, so it was just like incredible. And I can't wait to Lean disclose. I can tell you that there were so many gifts that like they're just like not even unlocked on most people's TikToks that was getting thrown at this girl. And it was literally like the heavens opened up for her. And you never, like I said, you never know what people are going through, but it was just crazy. And so the person they asked to come on, they said what they do is that they have a group of people, and what they do is they believe in spreading love and positivity, which sometimes social media can spread negativity. And they wanted to show the impact of a group of positive people, how they can impact somebody's life. And they don't do it for celebrities and people who got all these followers. They do it for that person who's on TikTok with that 1 or 2 viewers at that particular time, or whatever the case, or that few viewers, but they're passionate, they're enjoying themselves. And that's Lean have a good time whether she's on there by herself or not. So it was like 9 of us, and it was just went from 9 to like 90, but every 90, the requirement, I guess, is all 90 of those people to give big gifts. It can't be just like a regular old heart or no. It was insane. We couldn't get the night like after that. It was like, how did you go back, to a regular night? Like that was just like so impactful and powerful. But she definitely, God opened up the windows and put out a blessing to her. And there was some strangers, like people who was just like, keep doing you, keep being amazing, blah, blah, blah. None of these people who follow, just craziness. I absolutely love it.
Up? Sounds like a cult. That's what's up.
Hey, if the cult drops off thousands of dollars to me and they don't require nothing of me, Jim Jones me all day. I'm telling you, it had to be over $5,000 just in that little bit of minutes. Like it was, and I can't.
I hope so, because the way TikTok be calculating stuff, you'd be like, this can't be.
No, so these were the things that you can't mix up the calculation. Like I said, go to the gifts and go all the way to the bottom, past the trains and all of that. I mean, there was a lot of trains too, but like it was just amazing. It was just 100. And it's they're Black people.
Definitely
they're Black people.
They just unlocked a bunch of new gifts on the TikTok shop too. Within the last they did it twice. They did one last week, and then 2 days ago I got like 2 notifications. But that's what's up.
I don't take enough to see any of this. I fell off hard the winter.
Amazing. I had my grandma's old couch. Trust and believe that couch would be cut to get my snake out. I'm just saying that. I mean, I know it's sentimental. I might have gotten that one repaired, but no. Like I'm going in. What else did I have? Oh, the other one that I have is the one, girl, get that snake from off you before it squeezes you to death. Like, how dumb would a person be to put an animal around them that is going to squeeze them to death?
You know what I find interesting?
What?
As you scroll through TikTok, you scroll through Facebook, you see so many people feeding, these private sanctuaries, tigers and lions and panthers and they're up close and personal with them, and people are just like, "Oh my god, that's so amazing! That's a beautiful cat." And it's just like at any moment, this cat can just annihilate you. And I know, to the keeper, to the caregiver, or whatever, they probably can read the signs and understand what that tiger, lion, whatever is feeling at the moment. But it just amazes me how people can get so much praise and everything for an apex predator and not realize that most species of snakes aren't apex predators, and they're so terrifying.
Right.
And y'all so concerned, like, do y'all not understand? Like, listen. Me personally, if I get killed and ate by a snake, I deserved it. The snakes are slow as fuck. First off, let's just throw it out there. A tiger is gonna handle business in less than 2 minutes.
Right. Would they can go from 0 to 75 miles an hour in a gallon?
So I'm just gonna stand there and just let the snake do it. Like, no, like, I just wish people would use their brains sometimes. Cause like,
did y'all see that video of the gorilla? The zookeepers went out to go feed this gorilla. They didn't realize the gorilla was still out.
Yeah.
And people in the comments were like, they didn't, like you were saying, Charlie, they didn't get the same comments about people with snakes would have given. It was like it was more positive.
But even then, though,
even in that circumstance,
even then, what the fuck was them? What the fuck was them zookeepers gonna do? Gorillas about that life. Unless they was gonna kill it, there was nothing else that they were gonna do. And we already know because of Cincinnati. Harambe, rest in peace, my guy. But what was they gonna do? Nothing.
Right. But still, the comments were like, still talking like good about the animal, but people see somebody handling a snake and it's like, oh my God, kill it.
And let me tell you,
and that's another thing.
Even a small monkey is dangerous. That's the one animal you would never see me with. Like, and I love them. I love watching them. But that's equivalent to the person with the venomous snake for me. Monkeys, I love watching people with them. But that's one animal that I would never own. And let me tell you why. You talk about an animal who would turn on you. When a monkey gets mad at its keeper, even people who have good relationships with their monkeys, y'all ever see them get their ass lit by the monkey? I mean, I'm talking about people who are cool with their monkey.
You heard about the lady that got her face bit off by a chimpanzee?
No, but I saw the one where he took the whole damn door off the car.
She had to have her whole face reconstructed because this chimpanzee went crazy on her. And it wasn't his fault. She was keeping him improperly. He was like, "Bitch, I'm tired of this shit. The bananas ain't shit. You ain't shit. So toe that face up."
No. But that's quick for them to do. Like I said, even though
but now she walking around looking like stepped on pizza because she wanted to be selfish. That's your fault.
Now I will say, like when people, that's the question, are you afraid that the snake is going to turn on you? And that one to me is just so weird. Like, because like snakes really don't turn on you. Like, you know what I mean? Where a dog really can, but snakes really don't. And
me personally, no animal really turns on you, but I feel like they calculate the perfect time to actually do something about their situation, because people forget the way animals operate. They don't just do things just to do it. They do everything for survival. So but that's the problem with humans. We put human traits on every single thing.
Animals. Right.
And they call it what? Anthropomorphism. It's a word black people don't know. But this is one of them long words. Anthropomorphism. One of those. But you putting traits on human traits on animals, and then of course we blame the animal. Stop doing that. Will it turn on you? Snakes don't have the mental capacity for that. They're ambush predators. They don't plan their attacks. Just stop. Like, if y'all can pick up, I don't know what they be picking up. I don't know, but please just pick up a book. Just pick up a book. It's really not that hard.
That's the problem, though, Dre. Even some of the books that people will pick up have this misinformation in it, and that's the concern. I think there's not enough people who write these books who are actually keepers of those animals. Like when I complete my book on reticulated pythons, it would not be nothing like the image that somebody else has given y'all for 15, 20 years. It won't be, because my experience is these are these are just as much the puppy dogs of the community as your ball python to me. And that's just my experience. So you're going to get a whole different version of these animals from birth to now. Like I was saying the other day, I trust Hefe with my eyes closed. Would I trust every single reticulated python? No, but that's the same thing with a dog. There are pit bulls that I absolutely love. I go to my mother's house who have 3 pit bulls. It's not that I don't trust them. They're just not my pit bulls. And they are very protective of my mother. I ain't taking no chances, even though they know that's my mama. So I'm going to respect those 3 dogs are sitting in the yard. I'm outside, open the door. I'm not going to just walk in the yard and say, hey, Denver, hey, Bronco, hey, Peyton. And they might be cool with that. They might be, they know who I am, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not taking that chance if that's a good day or a bad day for me just to be walking up in my mother's yard. Period.
Fuck around and find out.
And that's just the reality of it. And that goes to respecting the animal. It's a respect for the fact that these dogs are very protective of my mother and they all pit bulls. I'm walking up into the yard of the home that they are supposed to protect. If I coming in with a different hair, and they don't recognize me right away, because some dogs gotta sniff you first. I could panic. I'm shell shocked. I've been bit. I could panic, and it can make the dog panic and bite me and maul me even more. That's another thing that people don't realize with dogs. Like dogs react to you being all excited, and you just probably scared. But they react to that. They react to that differently than other animals. So for me, it's just that dogs and cats are so much. My mother's cat literally zapped out on my granddaughter one day. Literally. My mother had the cat put to sleep out of the blue, just woke up one day and just went off. And when my mother tried to stop the cat, it scratched my mother too. My mother put that cat down. Okay? Down. But then come to find out is there's certain times the cat can get sick and get cancer, get certain things like that. When a cat gets very ill, it acts that way. It feels like it has to overprotect themselves, even from people that they once knew. That was the first time I kept cats a long time when I was a young girl. I'd never seen nothing like that. One of my first pets was a cat.
You said even from people that what?
Say it again.
You said even from people that what?
They knew.
Sure. I'm not sure. Yeah, people that they knew.
Oh, okay. I heard the Baltimore. I wanted to hear it again.
Oh, whatever.
Keep off one every time too.
I was like,
I grew up with cats. I had this Siamese cat that used to like hunt me as a little girl. Like her day was spent like hunting me throughout the house.
This was a woman.
We had a bobcat that was like, yeah, like she would like hide behind stuff, and when I walked by, she'd like.
Did you call the cops?
No. But then I had a bobcat that was like super sweet, super affectionate, never hurt a fly. But those Siamese cats, but
relating that to our animals, that's the same. Like that's the same with reptiles. I can have reptiles that do this. You can have reptiles that do that. It's all going to be based on how the animal was raised. How it is with people.
You said you had a bobcat.
I did. His name was Bam. He's sweet.
I wouldn't be surprised. Morgan, if she would have all kinds of crazy stuff over there.
I'm gonna get another bobcat. I've found a breeder and everything.
I'm gonna get me a fucking pet rhino.
I believe that. Look, I almost brought home a
You know what?
Like,
raccoons are really cute. They just mean.
They're terrible pets.
But they
had one of them too. They were awful.
I definitely would. I couldn't even imagine having a raccoon as a pet. That's another animal like the monkey that at some point definitely is not going to turn on you, right?
They just look untrustworthy. Absolutely not.
They up to something all the time. They think about raccoons. They schemers. So when I used to work in property management, one of the first things when people would say, I can hear stuff in my ceiling, I will always say raccoons. And I would tell them, if it is a raccoon, it's going to take us forever to get them, because raccoons, not only was they smart, they was ignorant. So if you started hunting them in that ceiling, they'll start peeing in the ceiling. Like they will start like marking it as territory. So the person at first is just dealing with noise. Now you're dealing with raccoon piss coming from out of the ceiling because the raccoon is taking off because you're trying to get it.
What you do is feed it a lot, get it like ridiculously fat. Then it makes it easier to catch. They're slow as hell.
Yeah, I was in the role of calling the exterminator. And having him put traps in because I was not about to catch it. Okay.
But seriously, I had one with a kid, and they would bite just for the fun of it. Nothing would be wrong. They'd just sit there and try to chew on you.
What did?
Raccoons.
Oh.
I've seen raccoons literally fly from one dumpster to the next, and they should not be able to jump like that. They're not sugar gliders. And once I saw that, I was like, yeah, never.
I feel like in the animal kingdom, if there was any animal to be accused of any crime, it would be a raccoon. They just look guilty.
They look very sweet.
I'll take your word for it.
You know that they did it.
I'll take your word for it.
Morgan said they very sweet. No,
they look sweet. They're not.
They are very ignorant, Elias. Very ignorant. I'm telling you, I have to tell people when they hear I'm telling y'all, this is going to be war because raccoons don't just run away. They don't just go away. When you start going on a hunt for them, they start,
They're going to hunt you. Yeah.
Yes. They like, yeah, bitches, you call the people.
Yeah. We had one that lived under the deck until I got my dog. Rest in peace, Bandit.
But see, even that, you don't want the dog going for them because you don't know if they rabid or not. Like, it's
well, it was too late. He got
Oh.
I mean, I didn't sick my dog on him, but I let my dog out one night to use the bathroom, and the raccoon was just laying there. Next thing I know, he was a decoration.
He will not he's not bothered by animals that he see all the time, right? So I'll give you an example. We had a possum, and I swear it's the same possum that when we bought this house 10 years ago, we saw one day in the yard. One day we saw the possum and Rocco just out there chilling. But if a deer show up, Rocco is off the chain. Like, so that's why we built the fence, because we used to have deer that would cross the yard and he didn't like it at all. So that's the only
deer look intimidating.
Yeah, he becomes, and you can hear it, like he doesn't like, he go like the sound different. And I always say that you can tell the difference when he really feels like he's in protecting mode, and then him just you know what I'm saying, like it's a different bark. Totally different. It's a growl. Elias said, I came home one night with a raccoon. Eating a slice of pizza on the trash can, and he and I had a staring contest for 10 minutes. That raccoon didn't run away. He was finishing that pizza right. I dare you to take this pizza from me. I absolutely dare you. Oh my goodness. All right, y'all. So that's all I have for today. I'm ready to get into this next task I have for the morning. Morgan is going to go find some Burmese pythons for us today. Seriously though, if you see one and you don't record it, I'm gonna be so mad. Now you ain't gotta put it on social media, but you gotta text it to us.
If you see me on TikTok this weekend, all live with a brand new Burm, you know where I got it from.
Well, I got one from there. He's perfect. He's perfect. Save all. And if you have you done the decided if you was gonna do the night thing yet? Any night hunting or just daytime?
Just daytime. We're gonna go up to Orlando.
Lame.
You gotta go.
Looking for snakes.
But when are you going? So when are y'all going to the episode? Today. Okay. All right. Yeah. So if you see any berms or anything exciting, you got to take a picture or a video.
Tomorrow,
you got to send.
Tomorrow I'm gonna be paddleboarding with alligators and manatees. I'll send you all
You
the
too,
videos for that.
Stan. Can't wait
That's
till
what I wanted
Thursday,
to say.
Stan.
This
So if
is
y'all
I'll
totally
get
missed it
ready.
in
random.
the beginning, me and Tim will be on Stan's show this Thursday. Real World Order. I'm looking forward to that. And we're talking reptile education, so I'm excited about that one. For sure.
I
Get a
gotta tell
baby
y'all something real
cry.
quick.
One day. One day. One day. It's gonna be a dream come true. I'm gonna have
All
one
right.
of them gorgeous houses for only $300,000 in Texas with all of that land. And I can build.
That would be nice. We're gonna be neighbors. I would move to Texas.
Y'all will not find me in
But
Texas.
I'm trying to wait to see. See, I think for me though, it's not going to be like Houston, nowhere like that. I have to be somewhere where they don't change laws all the time, like Waco or El Paso, somewhere like that. I don't want to be where that you can still do. Bye, Darren. Thank you always for so much for all your support. You can always tell the difference of the municipality. So I want to be somewhere where people own houses and land and GUNSs and no one bothers them.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see Lia's comment?
You jealous? Shoot.
All right, y'all. Morgan, have an amazing day. Dre, you have a great one. I'll be seeing you probably on TikTok. You're the most dedicated admin. I need to find some more admins because my TikToks be popping. And Dre, the only one that comes out the woodwork.
I always be in there making friends too. Them girls be trying to hit on me all the time.
Because look, don't be messing up. I told him already. He is a fool. I already told that man is a fool.
Because Nicole, first off, I don't care how good Nicole did at social media.
Nothing.
She ain't gonna never keep up with them comments.
I can't, Dre. Because people be like wanting to see the animals, and that be my focus. And for me, it won't be fun if so that's how I used to like. Where is Deadwoods? That's why I used to like Deadwoods.
I know. I just talked to her last week.
One was focused on Scooby, and one is focused on the comments. I loved how they did theirs. Slim is too busy doing his own thing. Y'all ain't gonna get him sitting here watching TikTok comments. That ain't gonna happen. Although I would love that because he knows the answer to a lot of those questions too, like you would, Dre. You know what I'm saying?
I be answering them, and then you be going back re-answering them. I'm like, if this girl
the funny thing
don't
is
see
that
these
I
comments,
I'm like, oh, Dre, and that's why I don't answer too sometimes too because I'm figuring that you already answered them when you're there. So when I see you come in, if you notice, I do get excited. I be like, oh, great, Dre is here, and then I can go on about my business. But I definitely have to appoint a couple more admins because it be rocking.
I be killing them too. One man show be Twitter fingers in it. Cause I don't be doing nothing. I got promoted at work, so this new department is a lot more laid back. So it's not as much work.
Wait, excuse me. The last one was laid back. What did you do there?
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out what job is.
This one is more laid back.
Laid back.
So yeah, it's been.
I'm still trying to figure out what your job is, Tommy, because you just seem as unemployed as I am. You can call Dre anytime.
I got a W-2. What you mean?
I'm just saying. I can call you anytime. You there? We on a live. Dre be live in the middle of the day. You are definitely the most laid back that I ever seen.
I think y'all just hating because I know how to.
That much work-life balance.
I know how to organize my time. You know what I'm saying?
Work-life balance.
Exactly. It's so bad. I just make it look easy. That's it. People think I get an SSI check. People think I get a disability check. I'm just like, nah, baby. That's the hourly.
Most people working from home don't have that much flexibility. Dre be doing a whole live. Wait a minute. That's how you be, Morgan. So here's the Cayman. Wait a minute, hold up. That's my dog.
You wanna know what's crazy? You wanna know what's crazy? My coworkers be watching me while I'm on the clock. And they will text me and ask me a question.
But remember, I asked you one day, and then you was like, my boss right here in the chat. Or your boss must have came through in the chat or whatever. I'm like, Lord Jesus have mercy. This is not okay.
Yeah, I got a new boss now, but she not on
Mad at you.
TikTok.
Oh, you got
She not
another
on
one?
TikTok. She cool though. She cool. I just be chilling. I'll be like, I do my job. If it's not busy, it ain't no work to do. And as long as my team don't need help, which this new team, they're efficient. They
You
don't
know
really
what?
ask me for nothing.
That's how it should be. I think as long as you get, this is how I used to tell my employees. I don't care if you work an 8-hour day or a 1-hour day. Just make sure what needs to be done that day is done. I don't care how quick you done. Some people.
In my line of business, in my job, with as busy as we're not, as a company, for you to think that I'm going to spend 100% of my time in the comfort of my house doing work stuff that ain't, no, it's not going to work. No. I don't care if I'm on the clock. There's nothing to do. There's nothing to do. No. I have other things I could be doing.
That is an unrealistic expectation. It is.
I'm just saying. I have other things that I could be doing.
8-hour day is unrealistic today.
Because even then, though, even when my advocates are like, I had one of my advocates hit me up last week. She got 3 kids to take care of by herself. She's like, I just need some time off if I need to cook. Go cook. I'm not going to ding you for that. You taking care of your kid. I don't care. I'm not that type of. I'm not the type of person in leadership. I'm not here to try to get you to lose your job. I don't care. I'll help you as long as now. If you're doing some real out the way stuff, like when I listen to your call and your performance, and you're not performing, like you're just not helping, then we'll have a different conversation. Other than that, I'll work with you. It's not that deep. Life is hard as it is. I'm not about to make your job hard. You a single mom, 3 kids, and you already know I know how that struggle is. So no.
Right. And that's all it takes. Like that's where I used to always say to people, you had either the boss who knows how hard it is, but it's now easier for them. So they don't care about your struggle, or you have the boss who don't want you to struggle like they had to. And I was the boss who didn't want my employees to have to struggle through single parenting like I had to. Do whatever you gotta do. And don't miss no assemblies and none of that. I miss so much of Michael's stuff, being a professional, trying to grind and be a career woman. Like that now it's like, even him as an adult, he appreciate having me around so much more. It's crazy. And you take those things for granted because you're worrying about, making the money. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You take it for granted. I would tell you, after COVID for me, my employees got a whole different lifestyle. And I didn't care what that was. Like I said, whatever you need to do, you're going to get a paycheck as long as the work get done. I don't care how you doing it, where you doing it from.
As long as the work get done, I don't care if you're over there playing out, and I'm mobile with it. I don't care if you at a restaurant with your family. Do what you got to do. I'm not about to be checking for you like that. I don't care.
Darren, there's a lot of them out there. You just got to look, especially today. You couldn't find those type of flexible jobs or flexibility before COVID, but now
that's why I ain't left yet. That's why I ain't left yet.
Yeah, a lot of
this last raise. A lot of them
understand balance.
This last raise they gave me was booty water, but I'm gonna stick it out for now because it's flexible, and that insurance is alright. I got my little one, so.
I mean, especially with insurance.
We be having to clean cages, and that's the only time I can get over there is during the week when I'm working. I don't feel like doing it late. I'm gonna get it through. We all can't retire, Nicole. Like, I still got like 20 years before I can even think about it.
We all can. We just have to work towards it, and once we do it, we have to adjust. We all can.
I mean, we'll see. I'm still dodging the dangers of life. Who knows? If I wait on that, might not even make it to tomorrow. You never know.
I don't think it's easy to do. It doesn't. It's not easy to do if you don't have a cushion to start with. That's it. You can't walk out the door and not have a means to maintain the important things. You know what I'm saying? And so for you, like you just said, you said a key point. Yeah, I couldn't have done it when my kids were babies. That's I mean, it wouldn't for so many reasons.
Now, if the universe want to bless me with some lottery money, then I'll take that stipend, and I'm quitting on 2 weeks. Man, you get a 2-hour, okay? Prepare the others, because I ain't coming back. I don't care what work I got going on. You said what?
I want to be like the other kids who just get social media checks.
Yeah, that's you know what I'm saying. I even think about taking my talents to OnlyFans. Something got to
So,
give.
You know
Something got to
what?
give.
More and more people are going that way.
Be like, hey, this is a world's first right here. Show me what you got. Yeah.
I'm done. I'm done. Bye, y'all. Everybody have a great day. This damn fool right here. Have an amazing day, y'all. Bye, Trey.
Bye.
Lord, crazy. Bye, Morgan.